Manchester United 3, Arsenal 2, and terrible result from the Gunners. We lose at Old Trafford. There's a lot to talk about in this game. As always, if you're new around here, if you enjoy Arsenal football related content, please consider subscribing on my road to 700 and leave in the comment section down below your thoughts on the game as an Arsenal fan or Manchester United fan or a football neutral, because there was quite a lot to talk about. But boy, I'm going to go through the game as a whole first and then talk about my thoughts because it's a damaging defeat, man. But firstly, Arsenal started very well. We started on the ball well, and then we scored the freak goal of the century. I don't know how this happened. Basically, corner came in, Fred stands on De Gea. De Gea goes down injured, thinking the whistle's going to blow for him. Martin Atkinson, I think the ref didn't blow the whistle once. It then falls to Smith-Rowe, who scores. And then we get the goal because the ref didn't blow the whistle when De Gea was down injured. So it's a good goal. It was given to Arsenal. There's no reason it shouldn't be given. But yeah, just a freak goal. But that was the worst thing that happened to Arsenal because since then, just retreated into our shell, just completely sat back and gave United license to go on us. The United were there for the kill, man. They are not a good football team. They've had a bad run of results recently. We should have just gone for the kill like Liverpool did, like Man City did. We're not at the level of those teams, but the way United were playing, we could easily bop them. But regardless, we don't. United then come back and score just for half time. The worst time to concede, and it was coming. Came through, Fred flicked onto Bruno Fernandes, and Fernandes scored. And then coming out the second half, for United bounced back and scored instantly again. Ronaldo, who else? Literally 37 years old. He's attempted bicycle kicks before in the match and then finally scores. Comes to him, sweeps it in. At that point, I think it's a long day for us, man. We've had terrible performances all over the pitch. We're down 2-1. United have all the momentum, but we pull one back instantly. Odegaard, out of nowhere. Partey flicks out to Martinelli. First time cross, and Odegaard scuffed it a bit, but got it on the corner for 2-2. At that point, it's anyone's game. Who's going to do something? Who's going to do something special to unlock the door? It turns out Odegaard did something special, but not in a good way. Just goes to ground the box. It's a Xhaka-esque tackle, Xhaka-esque foul. Like, there was no need for you to fly in like that. Literally, feet on the ground, just diving in. Fred wins a penalty for Man United. We made Fred look like flipping Beckenbauer, like defensively. Made him look like he was Cantona offensively. He was like the best midfielder in the world. It was unbelievable what we did, what we made Fred look like today. He wins a penalty for them, and Ronaldo obviously is going to score a penalty. That's what he does. He scores, and then we lose 3-2. To be fair, I could say we deserved to lose that game, man. We scored a fluky goal. We got gifted basically a goal, and in reality, we only scored one clear-cut goal. We were not good enough defensively. We retreated into our shell too early in the game. You can't go into a defensive formation after 15 minutes. Like, fair enough if we score in the 75th minute and they've got 15 minutes to score against us. We scored after 15, then we just decided to defend. United were there for the taking, man. Like, they were sloppy passes all over the pitch first 10 minutes. Now, I'm not being funny here. This loss did hurt me. It's hurt me because when we lost to Liverpool at Anfield, look, it was damaging in terms of it was 4-0, but Liverpool are a way better team than us. United here are awful. They're an awful football team. There's no excuse to lose to Manchester United when they have a midfield of Scott McTominay and Fred, man. Let's be real with it. Like, man for man, you should beat Manchester United. They're not a good football team. They're on a bad run of form. They've got no confidence in the squad, and we gifted them the win here today. Gifted them the win. I'm disappointed in a lot of things. Arteta's tactics, first of all. I know I called for El Neni to start. El Neni and Partey starting. I didn't realize he was going to go that defensive, though. That defensive. Like, we score after 15, just literally invite pressure on us. You don't invite pressure on you. Come on, we're not that good defensively. I know we've got loads of clean sheets, but come on. As soon as we let one in, this floodgates open. We let 2-3 in. Tavares as well today, man. The reason I want Tavares in the team is because he can run with the ball. Every time I got the ball, he just decided not to run, whether that was instruction from Arteta or what. Like, his one strength is to run with the ball. Otherwise, just put Tierney in there. Like, just put Tierney if Tavares ain't going to run with the ball. That was just, I don't know what was going on there for me. In terms of finishing, Aubameyang had another stinker. The reason I asked for him to be dropped, don't get me wrong, Lacazette didn't do much when he came on the pitch, but Aubameyang had two clear-cut chances and just didn't do anything with it, man. Odegaard, of course, amazing for the goal, then just turns into an absolute villain, just going to ground like Xhaka would. Partey midfield non-existent at times. He got better towards the end of the game, but even then, just no presence in midfield. El Neni next to him was a passenger at times. Like, it was just no all-round good performance, and we still lost by a 3-2 a slim margin. No one played well. Like, even Martinelli, yeah, great assist, but he was here and there. Like, he was tenacious in terms of his effort, but he always is. In terms of end product, he wasn't really there. Smith-Rowe was thereabouts, not really doing anything extra like we know he's capable of doing. Just all round, just not a good performance, and it's a damaging loss in terms of, like, yeah, we're still ahead of United, but there was a chance here today, man. West Ham dropped points in midweek. United, obviously, like, if we won today, it would have been 8 points clear. We're now 2 points clear of them, so we're still ahead, but psychologically, this gives United the boost. Like, we've made, like, Michael Carrick, man, He's literally a teaching assistant. He's an interim. Like, bro, he's an interim manager to an interim manager coming in. Like, come on, man. How are you losing to that? And then you've got Ronaldo at 37, like, skilling up Ben White. Made, like this is just giving United confidence, man. They were in the depths. They were in the mud, the football team. The club was in the mud. They had to literally sack Ole because he was doing nothing for them after they gave him a bumper contract. They brought in an interim manager who ain't even come in yet. They've got a former player as their manager right now, and Michael Carrick, who's never had any managerial experience. They literally had no momentum whatsoever. They'd lost all their games. The only games they were winning were in the Champions League, and we've just gifted them 3 points here for free, man. And if the worst thing that happened to us was going 1-0 up, the worst possible thing. Because I reckon if we stay in that game, it would have been like last year, where we would have nicked it towards the end. Going 1-0 up, it just let United come on to us. It gave United an incentive to attack us, and us an incentive to just sit back, when really we should have played to our strengths, which was finish them off. Terrible. In terms of player ratings now, Ramsdale in goal, like, he's shipped free. Could he do... I still think he could have done slightly better on Fernandes' one. He got a hand to it, but not a strong enough hand. Regardless, I'll give Ramsdale a 6. His distribution wasn't great today. His actual shot stop ability, he had a couple of good saves on Ronaldo. I don't think he was at fault for the second or third goal, really. Like, the penalty wasn't outstanding, and Ronaldo's second goal went right in the corner. First goal maybe slightly better, and his distribution wasn't great, so only a 6. Tomiyasu was one of our better players. I'll give him a 7, actually. He made a couple of key tackles in great areas. A couple of great... He stunned up Jadon Sancho, who's not a good footballer either. Like, it just brings me... Like, I hate losing to United, man. Because they just... But yeah, I'm not going to go into that again. Tomiyasu, I'll give him a 7. He won our best player on the pitch. He won our worst player on the pitch. He actually played alright. Ben White next to him, I'll give a 6-2. Sloppy for the first goal, man. Sloppy. Actually, I'll give him a 5 because of that. He's clear your lines properly, man. Literally, a minute to go from half time, he just scuffs the clearance. Like, you're meant to be good with the ball at your feet, and he just scuffed it straight back to them. Like, the ball didn't even travel maybe 5 meters, if that. And then that literally led to United goal. Gabriel next to him didn't do much wrong, but didn't do anything really right. I'll give him a 6. Wasn't really a fault for any of the goals directly, but like, you shipped 3 goals at the end of the day. Tavares at left, man, I'll give him a 6. He had one cross ball to Tomiyasu, was good. Other than that, I don't know whether he was instructed by Arteta or instructed by himself not to run the ball. Tavares, bro, the reason I want you in the team is because you can run with the ball. You're an athlete. You literally, when you hit the gas, you run so fast, no one's catching you. Every time he got the ball today, he was just walking. There was no urgency to attack or run forward. There was not one time where he got in behind. Like, come on, man. Like, I would have preferred Tierney. If he was going to play like that, I'd prefer Tierney, because at least Tierney can defend properly. So yeah, Tavares just didn't play to his strengths today. Party midfield non-existent. I'll give him a 4. Absolutely awful, man. Where was his presence from last year? It was literally a shadow of himself last year. Oneni next him weren't much better. I'll give him a 5. I mean, I guess he passed the ball around a bit, but other than that, Oneni, like, no presence whatsoever. Didn't even take a long shot. Lots of sideways passing. Very, very passive play. Emile Smith-Rowe, he got hooked for Saka. Saka, by the way, when he came on, didn't look quite fit, but I'll get on Saka's rating. Smith-Rowe was also here and there. I'll give him a 6. He scored a goal, and thank God he scored a goal, because like that's basically what he did. That boost his rating to a 6. Martin on the other side, he was tenacious. He didn't really have much end product, and I think on the wings he's lost a bit. He needs to play down the middle, because our players on the wings, like the Sakas and Smith-Rowes, they're ones that can like use agility and kind of pass and take on a player. Martin needs to get in behind footballer. Martin was one of our better players though. I'll give him a 7 because he actually took man on, like, got the assist for the goal. Decent from Martinelli, to be fair, one of our better players. Odegaard scored a goal, great. Gave away a penalty stupidly. For me, that penalty is inexcusable. You don't go to the ground like that. Terrible from him. I'll give him a 5 for that. And Aubameyang, anonymous up front, I'll give him a 4. Had 2 good chances. One where he just scuffed it. Another one where he should have played Martinelli, ended up shooting. And I don't know if his power's gone from his shot or something, because at least like De Gea caught everything he shot at him, to be fair. Subs come on Saka. Saka came on, didn't look quite like... He looked a bit unfit. There was a reason he didn't start that game. I'll give him a 6. Didn't have much time to go on. Lacazette came on, created 2 chances for Saka by just like shifting the defender out of the way and using his body. A street smart footballer. So I'll give him a 6 for that. Nketiah was anonymous when he came on. He just made 1 tackle right at the end, so I'll give him a 5. But yeah, in terms of stats, like, they're on the screen. We had more shots, more possession. United had more on target. There was lots of shots on target from both teams. De Gea, like, yeah, he made a few saves, but I don't think he made any world-class saves. I guess on Gabriel's header right at the start of the second half, but I think, to be fair, defender Lindelof had that covered anyway. It's a bad loss, boys. It's a really bad loss. Arteta himself, man, he's got to be questioned, because this is the second time we've just come, like, we've scored a goal and we've just retreated. The second time, man, because Like, you don't have to, when you don't, once you score a goal, your first instinct should not be to defend. It should be to go for the kill. That's when they're most vulnerable. How many times do you see hitting them with a 1-2 punch, like 1-2 straight away? You don't, because then you sit back. When you're 2-3-0 up, like we did against Spurs, like we did against Aston Villa, etc. Then when you're 3-0 up, then you can sit back afterwards. Not when you're 1-0 up with 75 minutes to play. That was a poor decision from Arteta. In my opinion, he got the tactics horribly, horribly wrong in that way. But yeah, other than that, we go on to Everton away, and Everton away becomes a massive game now because we drop 3 points here. Like, even the draw would have been a decent result. Now we have to beat Everton, who that's going to be a big game as well, because Everton, they've been struggling recently. They need the victory, so they're going to come in on even more form. So yeah, that's where we go from here. It's a great start to the season overall, but just terrible loss here against a Manchester United side that we really should not have lost to in any way, shape, or form. Let me know your thoughts again in the comment section down below as an Arsenal fan, Manchester United fan, or a neutral. If you're around here, if you enjoy Arsenal and general football related content, please consider subscribing on my road to 700. I'll catch you guys in the next video.